Hello again. This is Dr. Arnie Shapiro with session 51 of my series, Breathing Easy, Brief Relaxation Techniques for Busy People. We're working with relaxors to induce the relaxation response and counter the stress response. The most recent relaxors we were using from the prior session were music and self-nurturance. The music that I chose was from Pandora, and it is the Deuter channel, Deuter. And the self-nurturance we did was a face massage and a scalp, I'll call it scalp glide moves. So I'm going to review the face massage briefly and then review the scalp glides, and then we'll go on to different music today, and we will proceed from there. So the face massage, if you remember, is applying actor's makeup to the upper half of the face, taking about, maybe 45 seconds to do the upper half, getting it all on there, and then more makeup for the lower half of the face. So as if you're going out to be an actor or a mime and you're covering you're using makeup to cover everything that needs to be covered. So after that, it was, again, scalp glides. So what I was doing was pressing on the scalp and moving the skin over the bone underneath. So give enough pressure to move the skin up and down in the back, and then you could move the skin sideways in the back. It just moves a little, but that's what you're doing. Then the sides can be moved up and down. They can be moved back and forward. They can be moved in circles. So those are scalp glides. You could do glides on your skin of your forehead. You could make a circle in the middle. You could use two hands to make circles on each side of the forehead. You could continue with things like pressing into the upper orbit lightly with the heel of your hand, pressing into the lower orbit lightly. You could press on each side of the nose. You could press your under cheekbones with the heel of your hands, the bottom side of your cheekbones. You could press the muscles that do chewing, the masseter muscles. You could work your way to the chin, and you could just give a little circle there. You can use the upper lip with one of the fingers. You can just back and forth on the upper lip. You can do tiny brush strokes on your nose. And then you could finish with brush strokes on your forehead. So that's, you might say, additional moves from today that are self-nurturance to your scalp and face. And self-nurturance is another relaxor and is linked with self-kindness. Kindness is a relaxor. So this is soothing yourself. All relaxors are soothing, and these are other ways to soothe your from the neck up. Okay, so now we're going to go on to a different music. The music that I'm choosing today is, you can search for classical music for relaxation, and then there's actually a list, but then there's also some videos, and the videos have 4 hours of classical music for relaxation. And I'm choosing the one that's called Music for Studying, Classical Music for Studying. So I'm going to go back here, and here it is. 4 hours starting with this classical music for studying. So let's just close our eyes for a minute here, listen to the music, and then we'll proceed. Breathe well during this with your eyes closed and comfortable in your sitting position. Okay, so again, that's classical music for studying, which is very interesting. And we could keep the music going, but I'm going to now uh, talk about relaxor images. Another relaxor is soothing images. And we have done some of this before, like with the go to your cabin, 10 seconds of going to a peaceful scene and being there and taking in the aspects of the scene that make it relaxing. It's a scene that if you were there, you would have no trouble relaxing. It's a scene that you could do from memory or from imagination or both. But I'm going to guide you through. Today is, 1 month into spring, and I think spring images are very good ones for relaxation. So I'm going to give you like a minute's worth of, or 2 minutes worth of images of spring to go to with your mind. Okay, so it's spring day, and it's just the right time of the day. It could be mid morning, it could be late afternoon. The time of the day when it's very comfortable temperature. The trees are leafing out. The first flowers are showing. Depending on where you live, I have seen daffodils recently. I've seen crocuses. I've seen the first flowers of spring. The first wildflowers of spring are due any minute. I have my eyes open for them. But the trees are leafing out, and you could just, let's say, visit the trees and look at the new leaves and also the new seed formations that trees put out. And in your mind, just focus on an imaginary tree that's doing that, and take some breaths and enjoy the sight of the tree waking up again, once again in the spring, and the miracle of that, waking up after a whole sleep in the winter. Um, and then, so stay with that just a few more seconds. The sun is hitting it just right. There's a slight breeze. And then look around until you find one of the early flowers and go close enough to the flower so you can uh, check it out, check its appearance out as it's showing its first growth of the spring. Um, After being again asleep the whole winter, the flowers are showing up from their bulb sources, and another miracle. And the flowers are particularly beautiful, all of them. And again, the sun is hitting them just right, and there's just the right breeze, and it's soothing. These are soothing images. You could raise your eyes up and look at the blue sky. You could look at puffy clouds in the sky. And again, if you just stick with one cloud, the interesting thing about it is there's never been an exact same cloud as this one before. This one's going to change on you if you stay with it. So, clouds are beautiful but transitory, and you could get into the soothing aspect of that and the blue sky around it. Okay, now just take 2 medium-sized breaths to finish. Go ahead and do that. And then I'll say namaste and see you next time.